Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Pillars of Eternity 2, as Takeo talks about how good he is, and also as we meet Aimuru over here. Where are we looking for him? Let's look into that, because I have no tasks regarding him, or referencing him for that matter. We are right now in Asongo, and this place is basically overrun with Nāga. Let's steal his stuff, because he doesn't mind that. We have an exceptional arquebus, explosive shell. Ooh, that's required for what we're here for. Indeed, a distant light. I can't take that one though, but that's fine with me. Hey, what are you doing over here? An older man hunches over a work table, scribbling furiously by the light of a flickering lantern. His hair is an oily, matted mess, and his cheeks are streaked with black. He looks up at you as you enter, shielding his eyes from the torchlight behind you.
Finally, some peace and quiet. Just keep that bird away from my work.
He glares at Ishiza.
Stand down, Ishi. The man is doing important work.
Slave sphincter, those snakes were noisy. I don't suppose you brought any extra parchment with you?
He brushes a lock of greasy hair behind his ear. As he does, his ink-stained fingers leave another mark on his cheek. Extra parchment? What are you doing?
I'm writing it all down. My research, my work, something to survive before the next walk-in Colossus, the next Nāga warband.
He blinks, his eyes wide and distant.
Do you need something? If not, I should focus. So much to do.
He turns back to the page on the table. It's an interesting reaction. I can't think of any other character in any medium that has this reaction. I think it's interesting because scientists, they have so much stuff in their heads. I remember hearing a story, and I don't know if it's true, but even if it isn't, it still serves to prove a point. A story that Einstein in his deathbed was still scribbling things, and there's things that that he just never finished, and they're partial theories and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I don't know if that's true. But even if it is, even if it isn't, it's still, because it shows what scientists really are. Because the writing down of things is the last thing you do after. Well, not necessarily all the time. Depend. If you're in a team, it works differently. But if you're by yourself, and especially in a pre-20th century epoch, if you're by yourself, if you're developing things, you're going to have so much stuff in your head that you're never going to write down, because you just remember it, and you just, have theories and ideas and hypotheses and all that sort of stuff, and you remember methods that you never write down because there's no need to. You don't work with anybody else, so why would you? So when you find out how to make something, you write it down, and you say, this is how I made it, and this is what I did. But in the meantime, you don't. So when I think of scientists in video games, or just people, engineers, or whatever, that are about to die, and when I say video games, I mean really any medium. Usually they all have their papers and stuff, and it'll be like, oh, save this, that'll be my last legacy. I have this book that, or somebody already died, and like, oh, we can save their last research or whatever, and just like, oh yeah, there's a book that they have over here. But that's not realistic. He's just really trying to write everything down, sort of committing to a last hurrah of his life. Because, he could flee, but he's not. He's like, oh, I'm not going to be able to flee. That thing murdered everybody around me. Screw that. I'm going to write down everything, and then whoever comes around will see this. And it's so fresh. It's so interesting. I love it. That's pretty awesome. What happened here, I'm going to ask.
What didn't? A colossus made of Adra marched through the fort, grew bright like luminous, and scores of soldiers fell dead. Incredible.
His quill stops moving and his gaze grows distant.
If Aethys got to them first, then you can fit their remains in a pouch of white leaf.
Sighing, Maya scratches the back of her head.
Then the Nāga killed everyone else. Except Latharn, I suppose. Yes, he must have left.
Latharn?
Dawnstar fellow. Arrived yesterday, last week. Complained of strange dreams.
Oh.
Smart of him to leave so soon.
Interesting that the rest of them didn't.
He's gotta be acting on his dreams, trying to help our god.
Trying to help our god? What do you mean, Shodi? How do you know this? If he had dreams that Elthas was coming around and he left, it sounds more that he just was fleeing for his life than trying to help him. Although, put together with the nonsense accusation that the Euthasians were responsible for bringing the god here, that sounds worrying to me. Because the accusations were nonsensical, and what she's saying over here is as if she has information that we're not privy to. Zahira survived, though, I'm gonna say, along with a few others.
They should split up. Safer that way. Better odds.
I see.
Do you need something? If not, I should focus. So much to do.
Know where I can find shells for the bombard? Back there.
Just the one. Just the one. Someone came and took it. Oh, that was you.
He frowns, looking at the chest and scratching his head with the end of his quill. That's lovely. There's a line for that. How do I get to the lighthouse?
How indeed.
A high, anxious laugh tumbles out of him.
Nāga everywhere. Suppose your best chance will be up along the walls, west and south. But how to get there?
He shakes his head.
Better perhaps to keep going south, around the edge of the fort. Through Fleet Master Ko's office. More cover from the Nāga.
There are survivors holed up by the docks. I can help you reach them. He waves a hand, already turning back to his notes.
Safety in numbers, eh? A comforting illusion. Let the others have it if they wish it.
He wipes his cheek, smearing more ink across it.
I must see that my work survives.
Going back to what I had said, he sort of seeks refuge in... not seeks refuge, he's committed. He's committed to making sure his work survives more than himself. Also, he's right that safety in numbers is an illusion against Elthas. But specifically only against Elthas. Not necessarily, generally speaking. So there's no way to reach there. Huh. So through the Fleet Masters? That's curious. He did say that, didn't he? Better perhaps to keep going south around the edge of the fort through Fleet Master Ko's office. Keep going south. There's no passage there. Maybe that's what this is all about. I have all the tools already, I think, so shouldn't be a problem. Let's see. Let's examine just for good measure. I'm gonna rub cooking fat into the gears. It's messy and smelly work, but once the gears and your arms are liberally greased, you're able to turn the bombard. Maya thumbs her chin, nodding, because she is resourceful. And I get a Swiss Army knife. No, actually, that's not a Swiss Army knife. That's a, that's just a one blade. I don't know what the name of that is. Canivete, I'm gonna call it, because that's the Portuguese word for it. So I lost the fat, and the bombard continues its lonely vigil. I'm gonna load it carefully. You ease the shell into the bombard. And there it is. How do I activate it, though? Maya, didn't you tell me you knew what to do here? Oh, wait, that's how you get over there. I'm missing something. I need the, I don't know the name of the thing. There's a name for the thing. Let's see. Get that one over there. It wasn't perfect, but it's perfect enough. Bang. Oh, the other one didn't break immediately.
Certainly.
There we go. And okay, just don't get burned. It's gonna be fine. Let's get to KO up in here. Oh yeah, you always got it. Let's do that. And then let's do some paralysis over here. It's the lovers. That is revives allies. I need to remember these because they changed their place. Okay, they're paralyzed. Only one of them.
Might as well be hitting the water.
And there's some dazing and some stunned, which is not too bad.
The alpha predator.
Let's do that one. Let's do that one as well, I suppose. She's just taking quite a lot of damage, unfortunately. Let's see what I can do before he dies. A little bit of good things. Let's do that one. 33 damage that she just took. Can you please heal him? Thank you very much. Get a proper heal in there. Is that a heal or is that a resurrect? Cleansing flame. It's neither. This is the minor intersection. This is the heal, but it's like a big AoE one. I never picked up the other ones. That's quite a shame. Okay, let's go with this.
Might as well be hitting the water.
Just don't let Ishiza die. Everything is gonna be fine.
Looks like I'm here to stay.
There we go. Oh. There's two of them. Okay, that's not great. Let's get a dragon in there. Drake. Either works. Let's see. Well, actually, the dragon will work better. But there's no taming a dragon. There we go. There we go. Okay, now you murder that.
Yes?
And we can do good things here. Did these guys teleport, I wonder? Oh, that's kind of nasty. Don't do that. Why'd you do that? You terrible, terrible people. Let's just throw more of those boulders in them. Because the dragon is not going to like it, but, well.
Behold me, mother.
And that's good stuff. Dragon, go over there. Oh, we did it. We pulled it off. And Ishiza's alive. And so is that looter over there. And disappeared. Ooh, we're not in a good position here. We're not in a good position.
You see that, Ishi?
Yeah, Ishi can't see. He's at the back. He's like, I can't see this thing. It's terrible. I don't know what voice Ishi would have. What do we have over here? We have Thieves' Putty. Oh, right. I know what that is. But none of this is important.
Of course.
As it turns out. I thought it would be, but it isn't. It's lovely different types of coins. Everybody's now naked. And we can continue. So, this... Oh, that's how you go through. And that's probably how we go south. Because we were there, and, you know, going south doesn't lead us anywhere. Because there's a barricade there. So this is probably the way. I thought these things were meant to have... oh, they're probably still growing the vines. Yeah, they're meant to have vines up over you to serve as shade.
Ha! Right between the eyes.
Come on. And they're pretty looking when you have shade above you. This is, well, it's probably the easiest way to make strong, durable overhead shade with vines without making a roof, of course.
Looks like trouble.
But I wonder if they would make that in a fort like this, because like this is an ocean fort. Okay, that thing needs to go down. How am I gonna do that? I'm gonna do it like this. Oh, that thing blew up already? How? What happened?
That hit true.
Okay,
Absolutely.
well, let's get back. Let them do their thing. They're not doing anything. That's sort of weird. They're just burning. Okay. Let's just. Okay, more drakes, I guess. Okay, the fire went down.
Between the eyes.
Good stuff. And there's a drake. Blow that up. I don't like crates.
Yes?
Okay, and then you need one of these down there. Can you?
Sorry, I can't.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that wasn't filled with terrible things. Okay, good.
I'd be glad to.
What do we get? We got some obsidian flakes for upgrades. And the way down. Who fell? Please stop falling. It's just oil. Hang on to the wall or something. Unless the wall is also all oiled up. And they're like, sleep, sleep, all over the place. Probably break something. Letter from Letharn. This letter is written in a small, meticulous hand. Co. it starts. You know, I've never been one for superstition, but I'm telling you, there's something to these dreams. Couldn't tell you what they mean, only that they wake me 3 times a night. All of us working your farms, pious all of us working your farms, us that are pious Euthasians to a man, are having them too. I've got no mind to tell you how to run your fort, but I've got to look after my brethren here. We left homes and families back in Red Ceres. That's the country to the north of Deerwood. I was talking about this country before, I just forgot. This is where Waidwen came in from. The Waidwen took over Red Ceres and invaded Deerwood as the incarnate of Eothas. And so, yeah, they like Eothas up there a lot. And now we're seeing strange things and laboring next to a duke's ransom in black powder. Or did you reckon a dumb hick like me wouldn't notice? That they are getting rich after the black powder. Are guys making black powder in here? That's interesting. A Song of Fort, expanded design. Yeah, you can see the design over there. This is a very 1700s type design, which is good because it's that's what actually that's what the Valians are inspired by, not the Rawatai. Yeah, that's a very advanced fort design. You can see this is pretty. That might actually be straight out lifted from a real life design. You see the star? How many sides? We got 3 over there. We got 3 over here. We got 9 sides. That's interesting. 12 sides is usually more common because it's easier to draw and make. Yeah. So you see these things? Those, not the little sharp things. Those over there. That is the defensive structure. That's that's land already. That's just, you got the wall over there to defend against the cannons, so it's lower down. And then there you have a little bit of a platform above that, and that's, between the interior wall. But the interior wall is not like behind a structure, it's just above it. And you can see these little bastions. They have a name I don't know the name of. I'm going to call them bastions because they sort of serve the same function. And they are meant to house cannons. And they're really good because they're jutting out. So that will allow, for example, this one over here will be able to shoot things from here all the way over through there. Just one of them has an enormous range, and that's why they're sticking out as well. If they were inside, like for example this over here would have this range. You can see that. It's like, I would say like 160 degrees. As it is, it's probably 220 degrees, so it's just a better way of doing it. It also is good because any explosions over here, for whatever reason, protects the rest of the compound, because, of course, that's a bad thing if you're working with gunpowder. And I think I'm saying this, it's just I'm simplifying. I think there's a specific reason why they isolate the bastions like that in regards to safety. I don't remember what it is. I think it's got something to do with the way maintenance is made with cannons and where the gunpowder is kept or something. It's something very specific, and I forget what it is because it's something very specific.
I'm here.
Speaking of very specific, let's murder that. How about that? And then you can shoot that one. Oh, that's terrible. Shoot that one. Okay. All the explosions. And this leads over there. Let's go. Ooh, I need to loot all this. I didn't know. Don't slip. We got water from that? Or was it lamp oil? What was that? Where is it? What is that? It's water. I did get water out of that. That's surprising. Okay, so we got blood spatters on the floor. We got dead people all over.
Speak freely.
And
What can I do?
we got more barrels that I hate. Oh, and you can see the things over here, hopefully. Perfect.
Certainly.
Huh. It's not this fort. Unless we're just in a center aspect of it. It's sort of a weird thing. I think it's overrun by water, which is weird. It looks great, but from a practical standpoint, oh, there's a sea troll over there. From a practical standpoint, I don't know why they do that. Okay.
You need the pleasure
Oh,
is mine.
lovely. Oh, yeah.
Yay!
Okay, so let's do this.
Give me a hand here.
No, it's gonna be fine. Don't worry. I know, it's terrifying. It's a freaking troll. But you're gonna be fine. Let's do blinding strike on him if you can. Okay, do another one of that.
Yes?
And then you only had that one over there. Let's do this. See what I can pull off to kill those things.
Damn it, got away.
I'm not actually sure what they're doing.
Friends.
I need something stronger.
And let's kill it. Good. Are we
For the
good?
Homeland.
These are big ones. No, they're just normal Nāga warriors. As far as I can tell. Man, that was a series of shots over there.
Alpha Predator.
Okay, there we go. And they're still floating, but we saw them before.
Just say the word.
Yeah, it looks like we're above ground. Look at that. Even here, it looks like this would be a roof rather than anything else. Let's see. Does this connect anywhere? It does not. Okay, but that's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go over there. If I can clear that passage, which I probably will be able to clear. Let's see. Oh. Huh. That's weird. What do they expect me to do there? I wonder. Thought maybe I'd need to get the bombard. That's not Eltha's foot. No, it isn't. It isn't. It's just... Yeah, that. It looks like a paw, but it's not a paw. That's just the front of the foot. And I can't go up there for some reason. Can I? I can click at it. Oh, yeah, there it is. What do we have?
This I cannot do.
You remember the feat that made these stomping across... You remember the feat that made these stomping across Kainua. That's how you should read that sentence. And I think we are at the lighthouse. Finally. Okay. So there was no way of getting here? There was a way of getting here. All I had to do was just get through there. So I had access to it already. I just had to explore everything first because that's how you play. Let's go in. That's how I play. It's not necessarily how you play, but that's I like doing that. Fog of War is my enemy. The lighthouse is quiet, but for soft, sibilant whispers, there's a repetitive, incantatory quality to them. That's charming. It means charming. Yet, as you cross the threshold, an old Nāga with skin like cracked leather breaks off. He swivels to face you, barring one broken fang.
The sea-striped fiends send you to uproot the tree of the gods, yes? Their blasphemy knows no bounds.
Uproot the tree of the gods. There's an Adra pillar over there.
Give the order, Captain. Or just nod. I'm not picky.
Maya's upper lip pulls back in a grimace. His head, the Naga's head, twitches in her direction, his tongue flickering.
So, the fiends corrupt even the sand-striped ones. Now I taste their stench on her. If you join them in befouling the Adra, then you will join them in death, too.
You're telling me this slaughter is all about Adra?
The tree of the gods, yes, which these fiends plunder and profane. Go, carry a warning of what you have seen to the other shufflers.
His tongue whips from his mouth like a ripped streamer. What warning do you expect me to deliver?
That shufflers must not disturb these roots, or the gods will destroy the islands again.
The other Nāga hiss in agreement. So you're saying the gods have brought ruin on Deadfire before? He bears his broken fang in surprise.
Do your stories say nothing of the many disasters? Of the shuffler nests washed away like foam?
Letting out a deep sigh, Takeo raises a hand to touch his brow.
Wherever we sail, the beaches and spires of lost Ukaizo travel with us.
That's their promised land, not necessarily what he was talking about, but yeah, he clasped his hands in reverence.
Many generations ago, the sand-striped ones built great hives across the islands, and bastions around the Adra roots.
The Huana civilization spanned the archipelago, but the Ingwithans built temples around the Adra. Well, wait a minute. The Ingwithans were sand-striped. That's what he's referring. And interestingly enough, those two lines can be interpreted as leading to explaining that the Ingwithans were Haumawa. Did I say that before? Well, the Ingwithans... what race were they? Like, did they have a specific race? I don't remember. I don't remember them being humans or elves or... certainly not dwarves. I don't remember them having dwarves. Because they are very noticeable. And Orlans as well. But Aumawa, I can get... yeah, I can see an Aumawa in the game and not be like, yeah, that's an Aumawa. I can just... that aspect can miss me. But then again, so can dwarves and Orlans. I'm gonna say that one, though, about the Huana civilization.
They did not build alone. The sand-striped ones helped.
Ah, okay.
As they help other fiends now.
He eyes Maya coldly.
Their meddling displeased the gods. So the gods smashed their works with heaving volcanoes and crashing waves.
His beads and bangles rattle as he brings his hand together in loud clap. That's a bit of an issue, though. They're meddling... the Ingwithans were meddling as well as the Huana against the gods. That sounds like the gods, all right, I'm gonna say.
Our ancestors hid deep where the waters quenched the fires and muffled the storms. They remembered while shufflers scattered. Now, the shufflers build again.
He thumps his tail on the floorboards. That's the sound you're hearing.
The gods see. They will tear them all down.
Elthas came to reach the Adra, not to punish anyone. That's a true thing. Bareth sent me. I'm here doing the will of the gods. That's also a true thing. But I want to restore the Adra, I think. I'm a watcher, I'm gonna say. I can restore the Adra if you'll just let me near it. His tail whips on the ground as he considers you.
If your fat tongue speaks true, then give us proof.
I can look up and say, Bareth, this would be a great time for one of your demonstrations. I bet... don't I have a thing that allows me to do that? Also, I want to ask this question. What would you consider proof? But I know this is going to succeed, because it's such a huge check. What would you consider... I want to ask that, I'm going to ask.
I tell you, thick tongues lie. Forked tongues do not. If what you say is true, then surely you can speak with the dead.
He cocks his head to appraise you with one eye.
I will believe your words, only if I hear them from the tongue of my own people.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pull Yanis' soul into the here with capital H. That's interesting. Hear this, Sugan. Yanis' bright, wispy form appears, and the other Nāga pull themselves into tight, fearful knots. They can see it as well. That's interesting. Only Sugan cranes himself forward, his head cocked.
Sugan, I found the way.
Emotion pulses through her essence, crackling in the ether.
Yanis, you died. We saw.
The way became dark, but this one brought light.
She turns briefly to you, but Sugan's mouth is rigid in a broken-fanged grimace.
We will kill the shuffler and free your soul, Yanis.
Just listen to her, Sugan. Yanis turns to Sugan, hissing angrily.
Do old scales cloud your eyes? The shuffler glows like the God Walker, like the way.
She looks towards the dull Adra vein. Sugan and the others follow her gaze.
She will open the way.
Yanis points to you just as she begins to disappear. As the last of Yanis' essence fades back into the in-between, also known as Hell, with capital H, Sugan, and only one L, Sugan regards the Adra vein, calculation flickering in his eyes. At last, he turns his guarded gaze on you.
The gods give you power, yes. But is it enough? Approach. Restore the blessing of the gods to the Adra.
Let's give it a try. But for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Pillars of Eternity 2. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.